Hello, I'm Father Sean Wilson, and I have the great joy as serving as the pastor of the 4 Petersburg parishes. As you come to these parishes, I hope that you find the love of God, that you may find it in the relationships and the people that are here, that you may find it in our life as we worship God, and that you may find it in all the formation opportunities, that you may experience the love of God in your lives. And maybe as you're watching this welcome video, you might find yourself in all sorts of different places. Maybe you were baptized Catholic and grew up Catholic, but have been away for whatever reason, that we'd love to have you back, that we welcome you with open arms and would love to be part of your lives. Or maybe you've never had any kind of formal religious training. Maybe you've gone through life just kind of with these big questions, that we'd love to help you to answer those questions, to find the answers that you're looking for. Or maybe you've been part of these communities. Maybe you've lived in our area for years and have just heard things about these churches and you're just looking to learn a little bit more. Or maybe you've moved in from out of town and you're looking to find a place that you can worship God and be formed and be around others who love Jesus Christ and the Catholic Church. I hope you find a place here, that you may experience the warmth and the love of God, and that you may know that He really loves you and He cares about you, that in these places you may experience the love, the mercy of our Lord. And when we talk about our Lord, that's the whole reason why these 4 parishes exist. To think about that. Why do we have these churches? Why do we have these parishes? Well, they're for God, to glorify Him, and of course they're for us, His people. But not just us in some sort of community center or even just a place to meet and greet or have a hall to rent, but for us to become saints. A saint is somebody who's in heaven, and that's really why we have these parishes. It's why our ancestors spent their livelihood, spent their time to support these buildings that passed on the faith from one generation to the next, all so that we could become saints. And a saint is nothing short of somebody who's had their life completely transformed by God. And so that's why we have these parishes, so that people can know God and have their lives transformed by Him and to be put on that path to be saints. And this is written right into our parish mission statement. We exist to become and to form saints. We exist so that each and every one of us may become a saint, and we exist so that all of us, so that we can form new saints. And that's what we're doing here. And we'd love to have you to be part of that great mission, to prepare people for heaven, to help us carry the crosses this side of heaven, and to be transformed in prayer, in generosity, in worship, in virtue, into the saints that God created each and every one of us to become. Together, our mission as a family of parishes is to help people become saints. And you might be wondering, what in the world is a family of parishes? So we have 4 individual distinct parishes that we're kind of running through for this video. Immaculate Conception in Bakens, St. Lawrence in Rheine, St. John in Freiburg, and St. Joseph in Wapakoneta. And together, these 4 parishes function together as a family, which means there's some things we do together, a lot of things, and even probably most things, but then there's some things that are distinct, each individual parish. And so we do things together, like in leadership. So I'm the pastor of all 4 of these parishes, try to get things moving in the same direction. There's a lot of programs that we combine forces to do together. And is one of those things that working together, we can pool a lot of our resources, whether it's the talents of parishioners, the prayers of those who are sick, to be able to be stronger, to be better, to be able to be a greater witness, and to have a greater ability to help people become saints. And yet we're 4 different places. Each one of our parishes has their own church building. Each one of our parishes has their own separate finances. And so we work together, and yet there exists some individuality with each parish. And ultimately we keep that goal in mind, that each one of these buildings, all the activities that happen, are hopefully to help people become a saint. So we're a family of parishes, a family of people that unite to help become saints together, and also help our friends, our family members, and those that we love in our communities to become saints. Like I said, we would love to have you at our parishes. We'd love to welcome you so that you may experience the Lord and we may help you on that path of becoming a saint. But I realize that can be really intimidating, especially coming to Mass. And maybe it's the first time ever coming into a Catholic church for Mass. That's our Sunday service. Or maybe you've been away for so long. And one of the intimidating things is there's certain prayers, people sit, they stand, they kneel, there's certain gestures that people make throughout the Mass. It's all part of us entering into this worship of God, right? Us actively worshiping, not just sitting back and receiving. And so we've tried to help people. And so at the doors of our churches, there's these little booklets, a visitor's guide to the Mass. So maybe it's something that you're kind of familiar with. Maybe it was something you remember from when you were a child, or maybe it's just completely foreign. Hopefully this guide will help, these little yellow guides. So they're at the doors of all 4 of our churches. And so feel free to grab one. And maybe you just want to sneak up sometime during the day and take one so that you can look through it before coming to Mass for the first time. Or maybe when you walk in the door, you'll want to find one and you can ask one of the ushers, one of the greeters about, you heard that there's little yellow books to help follow along the Mass, and they can get one for you. And the whole goal is so that you can feel comfortable to come. There are so many reasons why we don't take that next step. And I just want to encourage you that the Lord is there to support you, to show you His love, to show that you belong here. And if we can make that happen in any way whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. You can call the number, you can send us an email. And at the end of this video will be all of the different Mass and confession times. Because maybe you're raised Catholic and it's been a long time since you've been back and you want to go to confession. And so we'll put those times also in at the end of this video. And then in this welcome page, there's a list of all of our confession and Mass times. So we look forward to seeing you here at the 4 Petersburg parishes. And we look forward to the opportunity to walking alongside you as we're all on this journey to become saints.